Hello and welcome to the most awaited FTR 3.0 by competition community, especially for English medium students. My name is Pukhraj Giri, and in this FTR session, I'll be dealing with Chhattisgarh General Studies, wherein in this video of the FTR, I have selected the questions from the Urban Local Administration in Chhattisgarh. But before moving forward, there is an important announcement for you people that we at Competition Community, we are organizing weekly tests. And these tests will be actually held on every Sunday at 11 a.m. So what you people have to do, you people actually have to register on our website so that you people are able to write the test that will be held on every Sunday at 11 a.m. So this was all about the announcement, and let us move to the questions now. And here we have our first question. And the first question says, which of the following statements is not correct about the president in council of the city council? Now, first of all, we have to tell which of these statements is not correct. Now, talking about president in council or PIC. So, PIC is nothing but a committee. It is what? It is nothing but a committee. Now, it is only after the publication of the election results that within a period of 15 days, the president and vice president of the city council are elected. Now, it is inside a 7-day period of the elections of vice president that the president of the city council actually constitutes president in council or PIC. So, please have the clarity that after the publication of election results in the state gazette, within 15 days, a meeting is called for the election of president and vice president of city council. Now, within a 7-day period from the election of the vice president, or I should say within a 7-day period from the date of elections of the vice president, the president of the city council actually forms this president in council or PIC committee. Now, this committee in the city council actually consists of the president of the city council plus 5 members. Now, these 5 members have to be among the elected councillors from the city council. Only the elected councillors, not the nominated ones. And among these 5, at least one has to be women. At least one has to belong to OBC category, and at least one has to belong to ST, SC or SC, ST category. Let me also tell you that president is the ex officio chairperson of this president in council. That means as soon as a person becomes the president of the city council, he or she also becomes the chairperson of PIC when formed directly. This is actually the meaning of ex officio chairperson. And all the members of PIC actually hold their post at the pleasure of president. All the members of the PIC hold their posts at the pleasure of president. Now, what is actually the meaning of this word or this phrase, at the pleasure of? The simple meaning is as long as the president of the city council wants. So this effectively means that a president, when wants, can remove a member and select another member among the elected ones in place of the outgoing member. Now let's come to the options. In the option D, it says it consists of at least one SC/ST member. Yes, it is correct. I have already told you. Option C says consists of at least one OBC member. I have already told you that it consists of at least one OBC member. Option B says it consists of at least one female member. I have already told you at least one of the member has to be female. And finally, in the option A, it says it consists of president and 7 members. I have told you in case of city council, the PIC or the president in council consists of president and 5 members and not 7 members, and hence this option A is going to be incorrect. Now in the question we have to tell which of the statements are not correct, and in this case option A is the incorrect one, and hence this option A is the right answer for our first question. Let me also tell you, in case of the PIC in a municipal council, the structure is president plus 7 members. Clear? I have told you in case of municipal council, the structure is president plus 7 members. Okay, so this is a separate explanation that I am giving. This is not related to this question. So this was all about question number 1. Let's move to the question number 2 now. Now in the second question we have which of the following related to MIC is not correct. MIC is mayor in council. It is mayor in council. Once again, within a period of 15 days, a meeting is held for the election of mayor and speaker, and it is within a period of 7 days from the date of the election of speaker that mayor forms this MIC. Now, as the name suggests, MIC, mayor in council, the structure here is mayor plus 20% of elected councillors. So structure is mayor plus 20% of elected councillors. Now out of these members, actually at least 2 has to be female, 2 OBC and 1 SC/ST. Let me also tell you, mayor is the ex officio chairperson of MIC, and all the members of MIC actually hold their posts at the pleasure of mayor. Now let us actually analyze the options. In the option D, we have a minimum of 1 SC/ST member. Yes, we have seen at least 1 member of the MIC has to be from this SC/ST category. Option C says a minimum of 2 female members. That is what we have seen. At least 2 female members have to be there in MIC. Option B says formed among the elected councillors within a period of 10 days from the election of speaker. I have told you it is within a period of 7 days of the election of speaker and not 10 days, and hence this statement B or option B is incorrect. Finally, we have option A, formed by the mayor. I have already told you this MIC is actually formed by mayor only. So this option A is also correct. Now what we have to tell? We have to tell which is not correct. So we have this option B as the incorrect one, and hence this option B is the right answer for our second question. Now next we have a third question. Which of the following is correct related to the tenure of municipal corporation? In the first statement we have tenure of mayor is 5 years. In the second statement we have tenure of councillors is of 5 years. In the third statement, we have tenure of municipal corporation is of 5 years. In the fourth statement, we have tenure of mayor and councillors is dependent upon the tenure of municipal corporation. And the fifth statement says, if it's dissolved before the 5-year term, then the fresh election is held for the new term. And statement 6 says, if it's dissolved before the 5-year term, then the fresh election is held for the remaining term. Now let me tell you, after the publication of election results in the State Gazette, before 30 days, or I should say from the 30 days after the publication of election results in the State Gazette, the first meeting of municipal corporation is actually called upon. Now, the term of the municipal corporation is actually 5 years from the date of first meeting. So, the term is of 5 years from the date of first meeting. Let me also tell you, the term for municipal corporation is 5 years. But if we talk about the tenure of mayor and the councillors, it is rather dependent upon the term of the municipal corporation. Let us understand this with the help of example. If we have a municipal corporation, let us say Raipur only. Okay. Now, in Raipur, we have mayors and we have councillors. I told you the term of the municipal corporation is 5 years. That means, if at all, within a period of 5 years, a no confidence motion is brought about against the mayor, and if this no confidence motion is successfully passed, that means this municipal corporation will be dissolved before the 5-year term. Now, with the dissolution of municipal corporation, mayor and all the councillors will also cease to be the members of municipal corporation. That means they are actually in the posts as long as the term of municipal corporation is there. So if the term is for 5 years, their tenure is also for 5 years. But to say that their tenure is absolutely of 5 years is actually not right. Their tenure is dependent upon the term of municipal corporation. I hope this is clear. Now, one more thing. If this happens, that means dissolution happens, then the fresh elections are actually held for remaining period only and not for the new term. The fresh elections are held for the remaining period. However, there is a clause. If the remaining period is of more than 6 months, then the election for the remaining term is held. And if the remaining period is of less than 6 months, then fresh elections for a new term is actually held. Now let us analyze the statements once again. Statement 1 says tenure of mayor is 5 years. I have told you his absolute tenure is not for 5 years, rather his tenure is actually dependent upon the term of municipal corporation. Second statement says tenure of council is of 5 years. This is also incorrect. Third statement says tenure of municipal corporation is of 5 years. Yes, I have told you the term of municipal corporation is for 5 years from the date of first meeting. Now the fourth statement says tenure of mayor and councillors is dependent on the tenure of municipal corporation. Yes, we have seen this. It is actually dependent upon the tenure of municipal corporation. The fifth statement says, if it's dissolved before the 5-year term, then the fresh elections is held for new term. No, it is not right. I have already explained this. And the sixth statement says, if it's dissolved before the 5-year term, then the fresh elections is held for the remaining term. Yes, I have told you the elections for remaining term is only held, and there are actually two clauses for the remaining term. So this statement number 6 is correct. So among the correct ones, we have 3, we have 4, and we have 6. Now, in the question, what we have to tell? We have to tell which of the ones are actually correct. So we have deduced that 3, 4 and 6 are correct, and 3, 4 and 6 are actually mentioned in the option D, and hence this option D is going to be the correct option for our third question. So this was all about the third question. Next we have our fourth question. Councillor of Municipal Corporation tenders his resignation to. Now, let me tell you, in case of mayor of the municipal corporation, he tenders his resignation to the state government in written, and the councillors, they actually tender their resignation to the mayor of the municipal corporation. Now, apart from councillors, the speaker also tenders his resignation to the mayor of municipal corporation only. Now, let us come to the options. In the option number A, we have mayor. In the option B, we have municipal commissioner. In the option C, we have collector. And in the option D, we have none of the above. So we have actually seen the councillors, they actually tender their resignation to the mayor, and mayor is mentioned in the option A, and hence this option A is going to be the correct option for our fourth question. Now next we have our fifth question. Which of the following is correct regarding the removal of councillor of municipal council? Regarding the removal of councillors, let me tell you, may it be municipal corporation or municipal council or city council. So there are actually two ways. Now first, let me tell you, in case of indecent demeanor or indecent behavior, the said councillor can be directly removed by the district collector. May this councillor belong to municipal corporation, municipal council or city council. However, if the related institute, that means a municipal corporation or council or city council, actually wants to remove a councillor on the basis of indecent behavior or indecent demeanor, then actually he has to be removed with 2/3 majority of all the members. So there are actually two ways, either by 2/3 majority or directly by the collector. Now in the options we have, in the option D, by the municipal council by 3/4 majority. No, I have already told you it is actually 2/3 majority. So this option D is incorrect. In the option C we have by the municipal council by 1/3 majority. This is also incorrect because the majority is actually 2/3. Now in the option B we have by commissioner for indecent demeanor. So I have told you the councillor can actually be removed for indecent demeanor by the collector and not commissioner, who is actually mentioned in the option A, and hence this option A is going to be the correct answer for our fifth question. Now next we have our sixth question. Which of the following is correct regarding the election of vice president of municipal council? So let me tell you, only the elected members of the municipal council elect the vice president of the municipal council. among themselves only. That means a vice president of municipal council is actually elected by the elected members and from the elected members only. That means neither the nominated members are involved in the elections, nor they can actually contest in this election for the vice president of the municipal council. One more thing, if at all there is a condition of tie, in this case, the result is finally decided by the lot or lottery system. Now let us actually analyze the statements. The first statement say vice president is actually elected by all members of the municipal council. No, it is not correct. Second statement says elected by only the elected members of the council. Yes, vice president is actually elected by only the elected members. That is what I have told you. Statement 3 says elected among the elected members. That is what I have told you, that the vice president of the city council is elected among the elected members of the council, and hence this third statement is going to be correct. Now the fourth statement says in case of the tie, the decisive vote is casted by the returning officer. No, I have told you that in case of tie, the result is actually determined by the lot system, which is actually mentioned in the statement number 5, and hence this statement 5 is going to be the correct one. Now in the statement 6, it says nominated members can be elected as vice president. I have told you no, nominated members can neither participate nor vote in the election of the vice president of the municipal council. Now in the question we have to tell what? We have to tell the correct statements. So we have statement 2, 3 and 5 as the correct ones, and 2, 3, 5 is mentioned in the option A, and hence this option A is going to be the correct option for this 6th question. Now we have a 7th question. Which among the following is correct related to the election of mayor? Let me tell you, according to the amendments made in the year 2019, the election of the mayor is actually indirect now, wherein the mayor is actually elected by the elected councillors only and not the nominated or all councillors. Now let us analyze the options. In the option D, we have elected from the municipal corporation. No, he is actually not directly elected from the municipal corporation area. He is actually now indirectly elected. Hence, this statement D is going to be incorrect. However, before this amendment which was made in 2019, this option D would have been correct. Now, option C says elected by the nominated councillors. I have told you only the elected councillors can actually vote in the elections of the mayor. Statement B says elected by all councillors. No, it cannot be possible. Only the elected councillors are allowed to vote of the municipal corporation area in the election of the mayor, which is actually mentioned in the option A, and hence this option A is going to be the correct option for our 7th question. Now next we have our 8th question. Which of the following is correct? PIC, President in Council of Municipal Council, consists of President and 7 members. I have told you in the explanation of first question only that PIC of Municipal Council does consist of President and 7 members, and hence this statement is correct. Second statement says member of PIC are elected by the members of Municipal Council. Now going back to the first question itself, I have told you this PIC is actually formed by the President, and all the members are at the pleasure of the president. That means this statement too is going to be incorrect. Now in this third statement we have some members of PIC are nominated from city council. No, it is not the case. We have already seen. Fourth statement says president of municipal council is the ex officio chairperson. Yes, we have seen this. Statement 5 says in the absence of president, the meetings of PIC are presided over by any member selected by the president. No, it is actually not the case. In absence of the president, the meetings of PIC are actually presided by a person who is actually selected among the members of PIC themselves to actually preside over that meeting. And finally, in the sixth statement, we have members of PIC hold their post under the president of municipal council. This is what I have already told you. The clauses related to PIC of municipal council and city council are actually the same. Just their structure is a little bit different. Now, coming back to the question, we have to tell which of the ones are actually correct. So we have seen statement 1, 4 and 6 are correct, and this 1, 4, 6 is actually mentioned in the option A, and hence this option A is going to be the correct option for our 8th question. Now we have our 9th question. Which of the following is not related to municipal council? Now let me tell you, in case of municipal council, the committees related to municipal council are president in council, then we have advisory committee, then we have ward committee, we have mohalla committee, and we have consultative committee. So these are actually the committees related to the municipal council. However, this accounts committee does exist in the municipal corporation and not the municipal council. So the committees in municipal council are PIC advisory, ward committee, mohalla committee and consultative committee, and the accounts committee is actually related to municipal corporation. Now, what we have to do in the question, we have to tell which of the following is not related to municipal council. So we have seen this option D, accounts committee is not related to municipal council and it is related to municipal corporation, and hence this option D is going to be the correct option for our 9th question. Now finally we have our 10th question. Who administers the oath to the president and councillors of municipal council? Now regarding the oath, let me tell you, in the municipal corporation, the oath is administered by district collector, while in case of municipal council and city council, the oath is actually administered by subdivisional magistrate. So in case of municipal council, the oath to the president and councillors is actually administered by subdivisional magistrate mentioned in the option B, and hence this option B is going to be the correct option for our 10th question. So these were some of the most important and conceptual questions from the urban local administration of Chhattisgarh. I'll be back in my next videos with the topic geography of Chhattisgarh. I hope you people would have liked my video, and I shall meet you people in my coming videos. Tab tak ke liye thank you and take care.
CGPSC की संपूर्ण तैयारी के लिए कंपटीशन कम्युनिटी के YouTube चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए और डेली अपडेट्स के लिए बेल आइकन को प्रेस करना ना भूलें।